Hello and welcome. Just popping in, see what I was doing, playing with locks and cuffs. You probably already knew that though. Let's see. Play with this lock a little bit until people show up. Dean, what's up, brother? First in, you're like the Marines of my lives, man. In my chats. Appreciate that, brother. How are you doing tonight? Am I just getting in the wrong way here? Oh, nice. Is heat's kicked up there? Need a little AC. I generally need to be warm. My wife has the AC on. Way too cold for me. She's at that menopause stage of life, so I have to suffer and be cold. I hate being cold too. All right, do a little lock picking, a little bit. Get in there. I'm a big fan of this medium flat, which I think is more of a deep flat by Jimmy, but it's a great pick. Well, that's not good. Good thing you got some comfort then, man. Especially for trying to sleep and shit. That's when that's when heat really kicks your ass. Oh, man, I'm already screwing this pickup. I think it's my position of my arms. You need this. Well, I told you if I win the 250 on Greyhound, that's you, man. That one feels like it's just gonna be frustrating. Let's try a different one. Switch it up, you know what I'm saying? Hello, people. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna pick some locks. And then we're gonna start escaping some handcuffs. Stick around if you want to see me do some fun and stupid stuff. We got Dean is in the chat. He's a lockpicker and a fellow escapist. You got a question, he might be able to help you. Hopefully more of our people will show up in the chat. Hey, the lock guy, what's going on, man? Well, I still want to open it. Let's go the other route. Let's do the time warp again. Let's see if we can pop this with the extra aggressive cycloid from Jimmy. Oh, that's bullshit. I should be able to get this. I took a nap not long ago, so I'm still fuzzy from trying to wake up. Let's see if I can get in there with my stupid. And open. Since that's in the hand, let's pop a few more locks with that. Right? Oop, let me come back to the chat in a second here. Gatehouse likes to give me trouble. We'll come back to that because we're playing. I'm not on any particular mission. We're just having fun tonight. Nice little Defiant. Bet some of you have those on your door. Which will make you feel good if I can't open it, right? Like, shit, I got a good lock. But it's probably not going to be that good a lock. Where is... That was a Defiant, right? Oh, yeah. That was a Defiant I got from... I think I got that one from Southpaw Pete. And I got another Defiant here. Let me roll back a little bit. Saw some people showed up. King Blue, it's all right. How you doing? Cazador, hello. Patrick, if you're going to pick the lock. No, Patrick, actually, there's top of the keyway and there's bottom of the keyway tension. So this down here with the long part of one of these would be bottom of the keyway tension. You can pick and rake with that. I prefer to rake with bottom of the keyway, although with a shorter thing up here in front of the pins, and you come over the top of that, that's top of the keyway tensioning. Both happen. Tend to pick more with top of the keyway because you need that room in keyways, especially when keyways start getting tight. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, Lady Locks is awesome. If you guys, Dahar is, I can't even try that. I'm going to blow that out. But hello, Dahar. Mopor. Am I also a lawyer? I am not a lawyer. I'm like more of a lawyer client. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's more my style. Not in a long time. I'm a good guy. Do not, as we say in lock sport, do not pick locks that you don't own. Do not pick locks in use because listen to this. That's what I do to these things, and sometimes it breaks them. That one doesn't want to pick. And if you do that to your front door, or your car, or your lock at work, then it causes problems and costs money. I don't have all my profiles out. Like I said, I'm just playing. Lawyer client, yes. I'm more of a client. Lockpicking lawyer client. Although I probably don't have lockpicking lawyer money if I'm hiring a lawyer. I'm getting someone off a late night ad. Come on. I gotta get one of these locks. I just don't want to put this pick down without doing a few more locks. Alright, well, screw it. I guess we gotta go to a different profile. And apparently it's not gonna help. Oh, there we go. Dang. Back to this guy. Oh, we had him. Oh, dude, I had that open. Had it open and gave up on it? That's crazy. Can't do that. Oh, yeah. You gotta have a bunch of locks. For me, it helps. If one's frustrating me, just put it down, pick up another lock. Best way for me to practice is to have a pile. Just as soon as I pick them, if I get it, pick it or rake it, put it over there, and I just keep dwindling the pile down to the stuff that's hardest for me and work my way through it. Oh, you guys see my pretty new plug followers that I got from Mr. Nickvit? These things are gorgeous. A nice shiny metallic, if that doesn't show up there. Anyway, sorry, I get distracted. Speaking of, he also hooked me up with this beautiful Chicago Lock Company padlock. It is a wafer lock, double bitted. So you got bitting on the top and the bottom of the key. And you got to make sure this is pushed in enough. It's just a nice solid little lock, nice solid little pick. Not super hard. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Just gotta make sure when I tension, I leave room on the top and bottom. Because I gotta pick both sides. Well, I gotta rake or zip both sides. So one side. There's the other side. And we have it open. Dean's 7200 or 7240. There you go. That's the lock Dean's talking about right there. This is technically a green belt lock. I agree with you, man. It's it took me a while to learn it. I had to progressively pin it to start learning it, but once you get it down, you just get that first pin set. You learn to spool hunt. There we go. And then you get a good pick out of it. It's a little keyway though. And for me, at least, I always gotta use a 32 thousandths in the top of the keyway. I'm not good at bottom of the keyway single pin picking. So I tend to go, I like these double-sided bars. Give you a nice little purchase. And then, like I said, you just get in here. You gotta set pin number 1 standard. And you got 5 pins that are spools. If your hook's too short, you might struggle. Like I'm doing. You guys saw me open it. It's that not a fluke open that always gets you. Oh, come on, there we go. What the snot am I doing wrong? Oh, there we go. All right. There we go. Dots Locks. What's up, my brother? Crow Father. Dude, if you guys aren't following Dots Locks, you need to go follow him. Wonderful UK picker, raker, daily content creator with this daily vlog, but he also has adopted a crow. And it just hangs out in his lock lab. And if you're not watching just for the crow, you're crazy. And the crow has its own channel now too. So go follow Dots Locks and go follow the crow. I think I'm going to devolve into handcuffs already. That's what kind of guy I am. So it's handcuff time. All right, Peerless 700Cs, and I am the Great Studini. It's written on steel. You can't deny that. Let's go ahead and do a simple escape. Yin Yet, how you doing? Oh, dude, that's great. And the fact that you're rehabbing the crow and just putting in the time and the work to give it a good life, man. I absolutely love you for that. So we're gonna start with the basic escape. This is the Hollywood pose. You got the bows up, you got the holes facing the hands. Oh, the cops don't do it like that. That's right. But you start here and then you work your way up. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna, oh, there they are. I'll show you how. That's how it is on my wrist. I gotta get in here. No, it's not. That's how it is. Sorry. So what do I gotta do? I gotta get in the keyway there. And then, so see this side with the 2. This side swingy, swingy. You're always picking at the side with the 2 with these modern styles. So you're gonna come in here because the key blade goes in here and it swings around at that side. So right about there at 3 o'clock is where I'm gonna be able to hit the pawl and release for those. On the other side, since it's flipped in the direction, I'm going to have to get in there and hit it at about 9 o'clock. And 9 o'clock gets me open. So I only kind of explain that because you can't see the keyhole when I have it this way. Unless I really torque it over there. So I just get in there. It's a nice simple release. Get in there. Nice simple release. Boom, we're out of the cuffs. But what if the cops double lock them? That's what you're saying, right? No, it's not about getting away from cops. Yes, lock guy, and then I modified it a little bit. So we have thinned it down that way, and we've thinned it down that way. You can tell I'm taking this down to make sure it gets in there exactly how I want it to get in there. And not, I don't want to weaken it to the point where it bends. So let's go ahead and double lock these. And then when you're escaping, I always like to check, press on them, make sure the double lock is engaged. See this nice little handcuff key tool. There's the key part. There's the double lock part made by Rock Out the Lockout. Which I love that tool. So, all right, I'm double locked. But let me give you a little demonstration of what that means before I do it. Double lock these cuffs. So, if I'm going to 3 o'clock here to release the bow, I actually got to come in here about 5:30 and release that double lock before I can hit. Oh no, not 5:30, like 6:30. I was reversing it in my head. I'm thinking of the other side. So before I do that, so again, I got to get in here, right in there, and push this thing across to release that double lock. So, it's a little bit about knowing where to go and a little bit about knowing what you're feeling for. And see there, I had it without knowing I had it. Sometimes it doesn't click. It's just kind of, you gotta feel for that light push. And then once it's released, again, I'm gonna be able to do that. So let's go ahead and do that in situ. So double lock, single lock. That's a 1 pair double lock escape. too hard, especially when you spend a lot of time doing this. All right, well, so the next step is when you face the holes at your body. Makes it harder to reach around and get to the keyway, and much harder to manipulate your wrists and your picks and things like that in that position. So what seems like it's an easy little lean back starts to become a harder, how do you get the pick to manipulate in that direction, in that position? And I had it open, so let's just put it back on and try it on that side. And then we're out. Bang. Yeah, hit the like. I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Yin Yet. Double tap the screen, hit the like, leave comments. I appreciate that. Go sub me up. You've got Yin Yet, Dean P, Dots Locks, the Lock Guy in the chat that are lock sport people, know about locks and picks and things like that. Zavi, how you doing? Jose Ramon, hello. Let's see if I missed anybody else before I get back to this. Cynthia Ford, nonsense. Yes, I'm good at nonsense. Meaty Olivier, hello. And hi, H. Poi, hello. So, just want to get in there and say hi to you people. All right, so let's double lock it with the holes up. So we're going to engage our double locks. Check and make sure that the double locks are engaged. I'm going to get my pick. I'm going to flick my tip because I don't know why I do that. Actually, I do know why now. No, I don't think I got it. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side. I didn't get that either. Alright. This is why we make it hard for ourselves. It's actually harder because I'm trying to do this in front of the camera. Alright. You know what? Let me think about this. Huh. I'll be stuck here all night. Oh, there we go. No? Shite. Woo! Flick that tip. Flick it. Tip flicking. It's like dice stacking in D&D. I just can't get my angle right. Well, hello. Are these real? Yeah, these are Fearless 700Cs. This cup right here. And I have apparently got myself really stuck. What should be relatively easy escape has become difficult. I cannot get these damn double locks off. Oh, alright, you know what? If that tool ain't working, let's pop over to another. Let's go to the knife tool, which is stupid of me because this isn't easier for me. But no, that didn't work either. Shit. This is how I end up bending tools. Oh, there we go. Ah, scheiße. That took some work. Woo! See? Even when that's easy, sometimes it's not easy. That's how it happens. What's up? Yeah, this is what I do. Alright. You guys want to see what I do? I am training to break a Guinness World Record. What Guinness record am I going to break? I'm going to break 3 pairs of handcuffs. So, uno, dos, and tres. Or what is it in German? Is it eins, zwei, drei or something like that? I don't know. I gotta learn this. So 3 pairs of handcuffs underwater. In August, I'm gonna break that record. And you guys want to be there for it. So, what's it gonna look like? I'm gonna be underwater. Someone's gonna say go. I'm gonna grab a tool. I'm gonna move it towards my cuffs. And then I'm just gonna do this. And then I'm out of one side. And then I'm out of the other side. And at that point, I have a world record. How you like them apples? And then I'm gonna be like, crack a beer and cheers. You guys like vets? Head on over to at Mitten Made Lock Sport, my YouTube channel, where we have a lock sport group to support vets. Get them involved in lock sport, keep them supplied and supported. Keep them out of trouble, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so let's do that again, but we'll make it pretty. So these are Peerless 750Cs. The only difference is they have a little bit different locking mechanism. Instead of a bar, it's a spring, which with these on the locking mechanism, when they're double locked, you can smack the shit out of it and undo the double lock. It doesn't work on these. Pretty much everything else is the same. So we will do a quick 3-cuff escape with these bad boys. How's that? Henry, yeah, I'm a lockpicker as well. I'm not the best at it, but I've been doing it a while. I got more knowledge than I do skill. So if you have any questions, definitely I'll try to help you. And there's people in chat that are pretty good as well, so. Fekadu? Well, hello. Your message is retracted. You shouldn't have said that. Why would you say that? Something Fisk? Oh, got it. No double lock. Yeah, you start with the single lock, brother. If you were here earlier, you would have seen demonstrations of the double lock. So I love how people think they learned the words double lock and now they know something about cuffs. Come on. You're here to learn. Just accept that. And what are you going to learn? You're going to learn that these can be opened real quick with this. That's a little bent, though. My tip is bent. I got a bent tip. What's going on? All right. So what I'm going to do is get in there. Notice how I hold this cuff or this pick. It's because I do up to 10, 12, 13 cuffs. And as I get going, I got to reach down and down and down. And it gets harder and harder to hold the pick. So if I'm holding it like this, it's not comfortable. It's not feasible. It's not sustainable. If I'm holding it this way, I just kind of drilling it down. Drill, baby, drill. So get it in there and open it. Get it in there and open it. Clear the cuff body out of the way because the hole's in the middle. So I need room to get to that next one. And then we're open. I'm going to grab it and move it over here. Now on the left hand, I tend to use either my pinky or this finger to guide my way. I kind of touch the cuff body. It helps me get the left hand in there right. So the hand's just a little less, fine-tuned for fine control kind of thing. So that's how that does. All right, let's try to do that a little faster without explaining. And thank you for checking us out. Mostly I'm in practicing for beating a Guinness World Record in August. I'm going to escape 3 pairs of cuffs underwater. I think I'm going to do it in about, I don't know, 15, 16 seconds. So they're going to say go. Then I got to grab my tool. So maybe that's a second or two and I'm already underwater. Figure water's going to slow me down a second or two. But so say go. 1, 2, 3. Then you got, that costs a couple seconds. But this will be closer to my face. So it'll be easier to see. I won't be looking around camera at that point. Bang. What's your question there? Ask your question. Hit it. I like rocking instant songs. Dean, it's just, oh shit, my coffee. Oh, there wasn't much in there. It's just practice, Dean. And preference. I mean, if it works for you, then work your rocking skill. Yeah, zip, break, rock, they all kind of go hand in hand. Little minute variations of them all really kind of are the key. Unless one works immediately, you always end up kind of bopping between them. All right, so that's 3 cuffs. Can I do this with the police? It's just a question for a school project. Can you? You can. Should you? No. There's, I have hundreds of escape videos and shorts and things like that, and nowhere do I say escape the police. Ask the cops first. Yeah, good call, Dean. See what they say. No, actually, I'm starting to teach police how to do this too, so in case they get stuck in their own cuffs, they need to know how to get out, right? So we'll do 6 cuffs. 3 cuffs are so easy, guy. What about 6? Well, harder to put on. With this thing, we can be, yeah, I can open with the, well, let's show you what we can do. So here is, here is a bent up, oversized bobby pin. Just a thin little piece of metal. Trash. Can I get out of these cuffs with this? Well, there's one. Let's clear that bow out of the way. Oop. Get out of there. I'm going to bend it to get a little bit more of a handle. Get a little more control. Well, there's 3 with a bobby pin. Yeah. Oh no, he Not Too Dead spent some time working on chain binding, and he was getting close. He was really close. And then I went and tried it on a live for about 10 seconds and went, nope, that hurts my wrists. I am not a chain binder. Oh, shit. I'm getting it. I'm just not. Oh. Ah, there we go. Getting it to clear. Thing with multiple cuffs is if the body doesn't clear from the bow, it just locks back up or stays locked or doesn't get all the way off. And the limited mobility prevents the cuff from getting out of the way, so it makes it a lot harder. When you don't have to worry, you just open the cuff and it releases. Like that. And remember, bent up bobby pin. There we go. 6 pairs of cuffs. 6 pairs of cuffs. I just escaped 6 pairs of cuffs. Cheers to me. How you guys all doing? What's everybody doing tonight? Happy Saturday. Welcome to Shacklemen After Dark. Dang it, Bobby. Henry Anderson, how you doing? Cheers to you. Delbert. Delbert's got cuffs. Delbert, are you in the Shacklemen yet, brother? We got to get you in there, man. Lock guy, yeah, I mean, I took a nap so I could be here at midnight playing with cuffs and locks and stuff, so let's just do a quick palate cleanser. I'll take a shot at picking this Squire 660 4 lever padlock. If I can find my tensioner. Oh, there we go. So I still gotta make some better tools, but there's my tensioner. Coming through the back. A sneaky, freaky brother sneaking in from the rear. Get it in the right spot. Get in here with my pick and my handle. I haven't done this in a minute, so it might not work. I feel like I'm close. Somehow I got one wrong. Oh, there we go. All right. Nice little. I've got some more locks. Well, I've got more locks that I gotta work at getting into too. So, but not too many locks stay in my possession for long because they get moved out on the way to other lock sporters. Mostly vets, but Shacklemen and just fellow lock sporters, man. That's what we do around here. We like to hook each other up. Alright. Let me try for, instead of playing around with a bobby pin, let me go for a decent escape time on 6. So, 6 on the cuffs. Let me wet my whistle first. Cheers to you. Honestly, Budweiser should sponsor me. And yet I do not. I wish I had done that, or had the. I wish I could do that, but I would not keep update on it, and it would piss me off. So I don't mess around with trying to keep that intricate of details. What's crazy is Left Hand Loki sends me locks. This lock was Left Hand Loki's first 1100, and he actually, when he put it together, put it back together after gutting it, something got screwed up, and so the key didn't work. And when he sent it to me, it was like a year after he picked it, and he was like, "Oh, by the way, the binding order's 41325, whatever." He knew it. He remembered it. Any lock he sends me, he can just tell me off the top of his head what the binding order was, and that shit's nuts. Yeah, Dean, I do for the most part, but if I don't pick it, for a while, then it just goes away from me. Especially if I have more than one of those locks. All right, so I'm gonna use my pick of preference and try to give this a decent attempt. So 3, 2, 1. See how those lock bodies are getting in the way. Oh shit. All right, 6 pairs busted. Bang! Bravest, how you doing? Bravest, whatever that is. What's going on? How's it going? How you doing? Anybody got anything going on tonight? Anybody picking locks? Are you stuck in cuffs? Ah, thank you, Dean, for giving me a count. 15 for 6 pairs. That's pretty good. Yeah, he just did. Nola just did the Parky lock yesterday. He picked and gutted it. It was a good pick. Definitely a good pick. He's got his is similar to mine. I think his bidding might be very close to mine. He had a very, very high, deep bidding across the deep. It's makes it for a tricky little pick. Definitely. I gotta spend a good 5, 10, 15 minutes kind of dialing in to be able to pick into that lock. But if you guys don't know, Puck Farkinson's. Parky is a guy that made a lot of our logos. Picker that we lost. Parkinson's was his nemesis. So Puck Farkinson's is our battle cry. And Cuck Panther, we can apply that to a lot of things, but oh yeah, he did. It sucks when you lose a pin, man. Or a spring. I that's why I don't gut that much. I'm so worried about messing up a lock, so I don't gut anything I don't own because I don't want to screw anybody else's lock up. And I definitely don't gut any challenge locks or anything like that. And I don't gut anything that so this lock's important to me, so I won't gut it. I got a few extras of these. I'll gut them. If it's something I bought to try to get into, I'll gut it to progressively pin it. But then, But Nick Vitt just sent me these beautiful followers. So I am actually going to see if this style, and he's added me a size that I didn't have, if that's going to help me do a little bit better job at some gutting. So that's definitely coming up. And I want to start getting into some of my own challenge locks. War is coming, yo. What is... I don't even know what you just asked, man. Delbert, they are sweet, man, and they're nice, shiny metallic. I know it kind of shows up, but the color doesn't even pop on the camera well. It just has a great look. Really dig these. All right, if you guys can hold on for a second, maybe 20 seconds, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna put myself in more cuffs, and then I'm gonna add more cuffs. I will be right back. Alright, what's up? I'm back. Hold on. What's everybody doing? Zipping, baby. Let's, where's my Ziploc? Let's zip something. For those of you who don't know what a zip is, let's get in here and zip this bitch. Alright. So zipping a lock, you're going to go to the back. You're going to engage the pins. And you're basically going to drag your way across the pins. Try to set them on your way out. And then, if you get it right, you're going to pop your lock. And it really is mostly about your tension. It's getting that perfect point that allows the pins to set, but doesn't prevent them from setting. So, I gotta open it back up. There we go. Nice little one shot. And then when you play with it a little bit, every lock's got a different feel. So if I do this a few times, I'll get it to where I can just pop it, pop it, pop it. Turn these things into fidget toys. They go from a frustration puzzle to a fidget toy in a lock picker's hands. And that's what we like to do. Jimmy Longs are great picks. Yes. Talk companies I like. I do really like the Jimmy Longs picks. Got some, this is some older 15,000s that I've bent the hell up. But the nice thing about Jimmy's is when you bend them sideways, and you don't bend them so much that way. And you can really kind of bend them back and still make them usable. This is a really thin pick, and I'm heavy-handed. I bend everything. But if you're looking around, the other companies I suggest, Southern Specialties, lockpicktools.com, Multi-Pick, Lockjaw. Go check them out. They got some cool stuff. Alright, so we need to add cuffs. We'll try some different shit. So I got 6 pairs down there, and let's add some Chicagos. The difference in the Chicago to the Peerless. Notice you got a different direction on the keyway and a different position on the keyway. So if I've been playing with these for a long time, I pick up a pair of these, I might have a hard time picking out of them. Because I'm not going to go at my 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'm going to get over here on the top of that keyway. I'm going to lean back a lot more this way and a little bit that way. And not pull the pick out. Alright. Lean back. There we go. And I'm going to get that open. So it's going to look like this. Go back that way a lot. And once that gets engaged, I'm going to kind of start leaning that way. It looks like I'm curving it, but it's really 2 leans combined to really get the motion right. Lock, have a good one, man. Thank you for stopping by and jumping in the chat, hanging out. Really appreciate it. Alright. So I got the Chicagos, I got my pick. Get in there, and now it's open. I'm gonna get in there, and now it's open. And that double lean, when you do it kind of in one fluid motion, like I said, it seems like it's a curve, but it's definitely a double lean. It's back and over, but back and over, right. As soon as you go back, and as soon as it just barely touches, then you go the other direction, and you release that palm. Get in there, right there. As soon as it engages, you release. Bang. And bang. Open is open. Ooh. Off is off. Now, best way to do it when you're learning, have a couple pairs of cuffs, but practice in hand, find the feel, practice in hand, find the feel. Do it different directions in your hand. Start helping you figure out how to do it in different directions on your wrists and different picks and things like that. I've got here's a half a handle from a Roblon. I've bent Roblons. I've bent everybody's stuff. So I used to worry about it until I realized I'm gonna bend everybody's stuff, and then I just try not to bend it as bad. But yeah, Roblon, Covert, Jimmy, I bend all those guys too. So let's go 4 pairs of Chicago, because I have 4 pairs of pretty Chicago. Alright, so 4 pairs aren't too hard to put on the other side. There we are there. Let me grab a drink. Get back over here. Alright, let's flick my tip. Tip flickers. Alright, so I want to get in there, lean back, lean back. Now the nice thing about these is compared to these with that keyway in the middle of the body and the keyway on this side of the body, when I click one and move it, I only need to move it that much to get to the next one. Whereas if the keyway is in the middle of the body, I need to clear it that much to get to the next one. So one advantage to running with these, and Smith & Wessons and kind of most swing through cuffs go with this style Peerless with that horizontal keyway in the middle is a little unique. So yeah, it looks easy. It is if you practice. I've spent a lot of time practicing this, James. I'm going for breaking a Guinness record in August. 3 pairs of handcuffs underwater. I'm going to hopefully cut the record in half. The record's 38 seconds. Euro cuffs? What do you mean by euros? Oop, that's the wrong pair of cuffs. I'm not mixing cuffs right now, so let's take those ones off. See, I got a pair of orange in Peerless and Chicago, so sometimes if I'm not paying attention, I do mix it up and mix them up. So you gotta pay attention when you're doing it. The one with a D. The one with a D. I know of TCH and I know of Chubbs. If you hit me with another brand. I've had some TCH 850 folding rigids, although those are in Southpaw Pete's hands now. And I have a pair of Chubbs. Alright, so I'm going to try to focus and get out of this decent time. I'll show you the one with the D. The one with the weird key. The Chubbs with the lever key. Yeah, I got a pair of Chubbs. I'll show you those in a sec. Let's just get out of these all real quick and then show you some Chubbs. Alright, that's a 4th pair escape real quick so we can... I'm talking about these, man. Chubby Chubbs with, well, with that type of lever key. I gotta cut a blank out of that. Chubbs. So you got 3 levers in there. If you want to pick it, you got to put tension on the back of this. And then you got to get in there, pick your 3 levers, push them down. Did I get it? Oh, there we go. And then you can get it open. Now, you can double lock them without the key. If you'll pay attention to that, I can get right in here, move that across, and as long as I don't do it all the way, I can push it back. But if I go all the way there, oh, I didn't lock it. Alright, yeah, it's all the way. These are double locked, but you pick them the same way. You're going to put some tension on there. They're actually easier to pick when the double lock's on. Just have them, ooh, get more resistance and feedback in the levers. Except my finger keeps slipping. That is hurting my finger. All right, I showed you what I was doing. I was demonstrating how you pick the Chubb IK70 handcuff. Other than that, I'm getting out of some handcuffs. So I'm gonna do, I think, well, I have to roll up some entertainment if you guys don't mind. Yoder, how you doing, Eric? Eric Yoder, that name sounds familiar. Are you famous? Lionel, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Chinese cuffs? Oh yeah, we got the Chinese cuffs. Talking about the H&Rs. Super styles. These are fun. Keyway's down in there. That's the key. They're super hard to pick, but they're not too hard to bypass. You can pick off the double lock pretty easy with those two. They did do a good job on pick prevention. When I'm handcuffed behind my back, well, under duress, I can step over the cuffs. So within 5 seconds, behind my back is in front of my body. But yes, I can do this stuff behind my back. I practice that as well. Yeah, I mean, Eric, do you got a YouTube account, man? Can people go find you there? I am not able to share links and do that shit. I'm looking at I'm a one phone operation. So, all right, I think we should do like a 10 cuff escape. Start out with Chicago. I gotta pay attention that the keyholes are in the direction I know what I'm doing. And I can mess around with it. I just want to make it the most awkward and lengthy escape ever. Alright, so we got 4 pairs of Chicagos. And start adding the Peerless. And my advice if you're doing multiple cuff escapes is add everything, put everything on one wrist first. Makes it a lot easier to add all the cuffs. And make sure you get them right. Alright, where are we at there? 7. 8. 9. 10. Did I? Yeah, hold on. Color wheel, yes. I do have to get, I got to get a blue one and a pink one. And of course, any other shades differently from, I don't have puffy pink ones yet now. All right, I'm going to flip this around because this will be easier for me to do. What's going on, y'all? See if we can get that to stay. Hold on. All right. Camera's going. There we go. All right. Get the cuffs. You're not here to see me. You're here to see the cuffs. Alright. Talk about a workout. Just do reps. Ooh, I should do a cuff workout. Extend, contract. Do 20 reps. Sorry, I'm prepping. Coxies, what's up? That guy right there, Coxies Picks, is a Guinness record holder. He has coached his kid to be a Guinness record holder, and he is my mentor. He's going to get me a Guinness record as well. Ooh. There we go. There's that. Where's my pick? Where's my pick? Shit, there we go. All right. So let's do 10 cuff escape. Morning, Mr. Coxie. Here's a good morning to you. Cuffs. We got 4 Chicago 1000s, then 3 Peerless 700s, then 3 Peerless 750s. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure we get them out of the way. Clear the body. Ooh, camera going down. Clear. Ooh. Clear the cuff. Clear the body. There we go. There's 10 on that side. Should I hit the camera right? Oh, it's bothering me. Wrong part is swiveling, sorry. There we go. All right, let's do 10 on this side. There's a 1. I'm going to be gentle instead of making a mess. 2, 3, and there's 4 Chicago, and damn it. So I'll just adjust where I'm sitting. Alright, now we gotta get the 700s. Is 1, 2, and 3. Right there. Nice, easy little. And then we got the 3 750Cs. Just gonna do the same thing. This little pick and release. Pick and release. Nice little pick and release. Kabam! Yeah, it's more difficult for 2 reasons. Give it a try. So, for one, whether I'm doing it like this or doing it like that, this is different than this. Just the fact of your hand position with your arm changes your angles that slight bit, and it makes it a lot more difficult. Secondly, whenever you're doing something when you can't see, it adds its own degree of difficulty. There we go. So that's the problem with being behind. Now, I might as well go ahead before I cut and show you. That for me. I can just it's getting a little harder the older I get, but you just take them from behind and move them to the front and make it a lot easier. Especially if I'm having trouble getting them off behind. Then I'll go ahead and move them to the front and do it that way. So, let's go back to that. All right, Robert Downey Jr. Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Batman's here as well. I got all the stars. Yes, that's under duress. If the keyholes are towards your hands, that key's out. If the keyholes are up away from your hands, that's keys up or keys in. So those are different degrees of difficulty. When you're learning, you learn to shim, you learn to pick, then you learn to pick the double lock. You learn keyholes out, bows up. Then you learn keyholes out, bows down. And then you start doing it towards the body. And then you go behind the back with the keyholes towards the hand. And then you move. It's a progression of learning. It's not just chase the hardest thing. Transparent eyeball, thank you for showing up, man. About to bounce out. We've had a good time. I had some fun, did some good practice, did some good picking. I had some cool people show up. And Dean, of course, as always, was right there, just leading the charge. So I always love to have him here. So I think I'm going to bounce out and check with some of my people in the back rooms of Locksport. And I hope everybody's having a great night. come check me out this week. I'll definitely have some stuff going on, getting some stuff ready for the following week. Try to add a few more lives and some projects and kind of things like that. So come check us out. Sub me up. Anybody you saw in the chat here that I was talking to, Dean, Stealth Rogue, Transparent Eyeball, Yin Yet, Coxie's picks especially, go sub them up, check them out, watch their videos, give them a like, give them a comment, do all that stuff. So I'm going to catch you guys later on. Come back next week. Shacklemen After Dark every Saturday, midnight Eastern Standard Time.